Hey everyone, Stephanie here, coffee drinker, book lover, and reviewer of many things. And today I am coming to you because I read A Wrinkle in Time off of my preteen teen challenge, reading challenge. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, one down, seventh one down. So I don't even know where to start with this book, so I'm going to start with some possible problems. Okay, no, I'm going to start by saying this book has been around for a very long time. I remember people talking about this book when I was in elementary school. Okay. So, 1962, and it's part of a little series. There's 4 other books, but I don't think, like, the way this ended could just be the end. You don't have to read the other books. I kind of want to read the other books just because of, in the back of this book, we have a chart, family chart type thing. When I was growing up, everyone was like, oh, A Wrinkle in Time this, A Wrinkle in Time that. And then it kind of, I didn't hear about it for a while. And I never actually read this in school because it was read, if I remember correctly, we were supposed to read it in the 6th grade. And I switched school districts and then I moved schools again, and somehow I just managed to miss it in all 3 schools that I went to. And so I never read this as a young teenager, and by the time that I saw it and I was like, oh, I should read that because I remember how much hype it had. I was like in my early 20s, and I was like, nah, it doesn't go with what I read, because I strictly read, like, horror thrillers and Harry Potter, like, witchy things. So this didn't seem like something that I would read, so I never read it. I never read A Wrinkle in Time, and I feel like for how much hype this had, and the fact that they made a movie not too long ago. I don't remember when the movie was made. And then it got hyped, the book got hyped again, and I feel like I would have been fine not reading this. Like, I'm not a huge fan of this book. And I feel weird saying that since, for the longest time, it was like the best book. And now I'm like, it's a book. So I'm going to read the back now, and then I'm going to give you some possible problems with the book I had, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about the book. Okay. It was a dark and stormy night. Out of the wild night, a strange visitor comes to the Murray's house and beckons Meg, her brother Charles Wallace, and their friend Calvin O'Keefe on the most dangerous, extraordinary adventure, one that will threaten their lives and our universe. So this book was the winner of the 1963 Newbery Medal, and it is the first book in Madeleine L'Ingles? I'm good. I'm so great with names. I'm terrible with names. Classic quintlet. There is also the book called A Wind in the Door, A Swiftly Tilting Planet, many waters, and an acceptable time. This one was A Wrinkle in Time. It's shiny. Okay, so some problems that I had with this book. Right away, you find out that Meg gets bullied in school by her teacher. I don't like that. That's not okay. It is, based in a time where it was frowned upon to be a single mom. And so when the lady's husband goes missing, they continue to go and see if he has written to them, even though he hasn't in like a few years. But they're still looking, he's working with the government. So, it's probably top secret is what they keep telling people. People think they're crazy because, mom and dad are like scientists, and, Meg is super smart, or she's like smart in math, and then there's the twins, which are in between Charles Wallace and Meg, and they are good at random stuff that most people aren't good at, and they get picked on a lot too, and Meg fights somebody for picking on them, and Charles Wallace is like 4 years old and is very intelligent. I think one of the problems I had with this book, other than the teacher being a bully, and the principal is like, can't you just pretend to be normal? I hate people like that. No, I can't. Is the fact that when they meet Calvin like right before the adventure starts, like the night before or the night of. Like they do not know him long enough, and he's. I mean, I know it was the time, like it was in the 60s that this was written, so like it was normal for like there to be like a 5-year gap between the two. But he likes him and Meg like each other. And it says here he's several years above Meg. And she understands his math homework. But that's because she's good with numbers. They use words that are weird to me. Like they're supposed to be like friendly, I guess, but they use the word like moron. And so Calvin and Charles, okay, so like they call each other like old chap and moron, and they use words like that whenever they meet Calvin. I just wasn't a big fan of that talk. And I think it's because, like, maybe back then in the 60s, that was, like, endearing kind of things, but for a kid's book, I just didn't think that we should teach them that that's... you can insult each other. There's a part in the book when Meg's mom, or when the mom is like, oh yeah, we're playing some games, and Meg is like, you mean an IQ test? And she's like, my mom's just like, yeah, some of them. And she's like, so, is my IQ okay? And she's like, more than okay. And I just thought that was like, I feel like that's a lot of stress on a kid. Because she already thinks that she's dumb because of school. And then this whole Miss What's-It and Miss Who and Miss Which, was a little... Look, I felt like this book was like, oh, if the lady looks like a witch, it's okay to go with her. I don't want my kid to think that. And then there was this Tesseract, and we don't ever completely understand what that is. This whole book was just confusing. And I thought that it was like, okay. It's like this much of the book is just getting to their father. And then it's like they find the father, they save Charles, and they're back home happily ever after. Oh yeah, and Calvin kisses Meg at one point. In front of the dad. I felt like there was all this build up, and then it was just like, oh yeah, done. The end. So, and like, because you're in Meg's thoughts most of the book, I feel like you never understand what's going on. There's a chance that Miss Which and Miss Who and Miss What's-It are stars, and then they meet like this psychic lady on a different planet, and they meet some really interesting aliens who ask the question of what would you do if we landed on your planet? And Calvin straight up is like, probably shoot you. But they still, the aliens still help them. And there's talk about the dark thing, or like the darkness. And what it came down to is like love saves the day. It just wasn't my cup of tea, I guess. Let me know what you thought of this book. I don't think I would have actually gotten through this book as an early teen, preteen, to be honest. I didn't like it. Yeah. So that's it for A Wrinkle in Time on our 2024 preteen teen reading challenge. Maybe pre-read the book before you let your 9-year-old read it. I mean, it all depends on your kid, really. The next book that I'm reading is Anne of Green Gables, and I'm going to also listen to it, because I know there are some books. I have a book that was like a kid book. It has like the pictures and stuff in it, and I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna compare them, I think, because I'm gonna listen to it. I'm pretty sure I'll like Anne of Green Gables just because I grew up watching the different TV shows and the different movies, and I had it on VHS as a kid, and yes, VHS, that's right, I said it. I am reading... Where'd my books go? Oh, they fell over. I am reading Stephen King's Fairy Tale from the 2024 Reading Challenge for Adults. I am also going to be listening to Dark Matters by Blake Crouch. I had to step away from my reading challenge because right now, if you have Audible, I'll leave the link for Audible in the description for you to get. But if you have Audible, the oh my gosh, what are they called? For over 18, of course, or check with your parents. The Bridgerton books they have some free renditions of them. So that's exciting. And so I hopped over and I started reading that, or listening to that. I am also reading Beyond the Isles, Wonderland by Melissa De La Cruz. It's one of the Descendant books, and it's the one of the movie that's about to come out. And so that's exciting. I wanted to read the book before I saw the movie because I can do a compare and contrast video. I'm so excited. I have not really done one of those yet, so it's really good so far. And I am also on Fruits Basket, Volume 9. This is when things start getting a little bit crazy, and I'm not gonna tell you why, because I want to read them all and then do a big video on them too. I love pictures, okay? They're just so pretty. Anyway, and I think that's it. That's all I'm reading right now. So if you liked this video, give me a thumbs up. And if you have you read A Wrinkle in Time? When did you read it? Like, how old were you when you read it? So that I can have some idea. Did you have a favorite part of the book? Because maybe I just missed a page or something, and I'm like, what? Also, if you have any book suggestions for my adult challenge or my preteen teen challenge for next year, go ahead and start leaving those suggestions in the comments, because I am going to be starting to make my list for next year, and I'm so excited. I can't wait. And subscribe. If you're not sure if you want to subscribe, click my face, go check out my other videos. I review places, and I do suggestions on activities you can do by yourself or with your kid. And I do reviews on adult books, and I do reviews on teen books, and I do reviews on kid books, and I am also a paper pie consultant type person, so I'll review those books sometimes or give suggestions. Also, the links down in the description right now are from my Amazon account. So if you wanted to get one of the books that I have talked about, you can click on the link and it'll take you straight to the book, so you don't have to go searching for it. I do get a few pennies of the sales price if you buy the book using my link, and you leave the Amazon link also. Amazon is a game changer. If you like listening, okay, I like to listen to things while I'm in the shower, when I'm in the car, when I'm cooking food, when I can't hold the book or sit, and if I'm eating soup, I can't hold a book, okay? I don't want to spill soup on my book. Or if I'm eating spaghetti, you can't, the sauce splattered. Anyway, so it's a game changer. They also have Audible, or audio, what's it called? Podcasts. The Audible also has, you can make up lists of books you want in the future, books, how you want to read them. It's awesome. I love Audible. Okay? I love Audible. And share this video, because maybe someone else's kid has been asking to read this book, and they need to know what I thought about it, or maybe they just need a suggestion. That is all I have to talk about. I will see you on my next video. Bye!